Here at the center of your reading, giving it energy, giving it direction, giving it light, is the adventure of art. And I think that's part of why I'm feeling so choked up, and that's getting very intense just as I'm trying to speak to it. So this is a massive shift. And yes, Spirit is saying very, very important. So several things about this card. I want to speak to it first, and I will show it to you, okay? Here above this person's head, we see the triple spiral of life. Do you see that? Above the head, with a lot of energy. Birth, life, decay, chaos, degeneration, death, and rebirth. And that is the spirit message that is attempting to come through, is this is what you have been experiencing, actually in some way along with all earth signs. Spirit is telling me it would be helpful if you have time to go and look at the readings for the other earth signs, because we've all been, I'm a Virgo, we have been on just this amazing epic internal battle, all of us, each in our own ways. And we may be able to get some understanding by looking at our cohort, if you will, to see what everybody else has been going through. So this is the adventure of art. It's very beautiful. It's a 7 card, which means you are have the opportunity this month to travel very much further along the path of your epic story. That's the phrase that's coming through. This is still a situation that is evolving. You have the opportunity, or perhaps you have already gained some mastery over your trajectory. That's the word that's coming through in these last few months, by being willing to submit yourself to the process of change and transformation. And here we see the sacred magician, who in the Celtic tradition, the story behind this card, there was, as you know, an oral tradition along with song and poem. This person in the tribe was very important. They were an oracle. So again, you have a sacred oracle, shamanistic tone lying over the top of this reading, but it has shifted in a very beautiful way. The little story that is attached to this card is about a sacred battle. Oh gosh, I'm choked up. In this battle, the sacred harp was stolen, and it was an instrument that was very important to the minds and the hearts of the people of the clan, okay? And so there had to be an intense amount of work and strategy and effort in order to figure out how to recapture this and bring it back. And eventually what happened was this person went to the place in secret where it was being held and began to sing the songs, the sacred songs. And it magically brought the harp back to its rightful place. And that is the message for you, Taurus. That you have an opportunity to sing your own song, and through your own internal magic and your connection with those things and that information that is sacred for you in your own life, Taurus. And you see the blue and the garments. There is some green showing at the cloak. Still a lot of blue. Transformation is continuing. But there is magic happening. And the spiral of your life is turning. With this acknowledgement that this is the work that you are doing, Spirit wants you to know it is felt because of the vibration you are raising through this sacred effort of singing your own internal song. And you see the mystery, there's still a little bit of a cloak. You are focused internally on your mission to reclaim yourself and free yourself from those things that bind you. Okay? That is very beautiful, lying over the top of your reading, giving it direction and energy. So let us see what is here at the center this month. Some grief. This is very interesting. So, this is the revelation of battle. Do you see? Very, very intense card. This is a card, it's a 9, so it indicates, again, an advanced ability to deal with the issues at hand. And perhaps you have awakened, and in that awakened state, you are feeling the emotion that comes through this scene. And what we have here, obviously, is a person, a warrior. It's about the revelation of the battle that has been taking place. And perhaps some part of you had to pass on in order for you to awaken. So I'm hearing a couple things, and I'm just going to offer them. Both of these images are you, okay? You have seen the state you are in that is part of the awakening. Seen the wounds, experienced the wounds, experienced the death that those wounds and that self-entrapment or entrapment by a situation of some kind or another, you understand and you are grieving. This woman, I want to show this very closely. This is a very powerful card. Do you see the universe hanging above her? She is grieving. She is bruised. She's a little bit battered. We see cuts and lacerations and tears. But I'm going to pull out for a minute. Do you see how her hands are upraised? There is more happening here than grieving. She is connecting very deeply with spirit and asking for help and surrendering to the situation. Accepting what is. That's the phrase that's coming through. And in that moment, when she does that, do you see? She is very, very deeply connected. She is in prayer and meditation. She has surrendered to this battle. She is accepting it. And so we'll see some messages, I'm sure, about this battle. But I want you to take heart. Don't be afraid of this. This, Spirit says, this was the necessary next step. And it came when you awakened. Okay, so Spirit says you did awaken. And when you awakened, you began to play the sacred harp of your own destiny, activating the wheel of change, a sacred triple spiral of change. Okay? And in the moment of awakening, you found yourself here because now you understand. And you are doing what you can do to surrender yourself to the situation. Now, as a person, I'm going to go forward with the message as Spirit gives it to me. I do understand that some of you may have actually experienced something like this. There may have been a loss. There may have been a death. There may have been a significant wound at the heart chakra. And that may be what caused you to be in the state of stuck and in a place of entrapment in your life. Often it is the moments when we face our own woundings and are able to finally grieve them and come awake to the pain. Those are the moments when things change and can begin to be released. So I'm not surprised to see this, and I guess that's why I am feeling the emotion of this moment. Okay, so let's see what's on the beginning of your human journey this month. Look at this. This is why there's so much quiet energy. Taurus, something really beautifully intense has happened. This is, do you see that? That is the final card. The final card in the major arcana of this soul deck. This is the perfecter of energy. And do you see the enlightenment? Look at the activation. And here, again, the triple spiral. The perfecter of energy, there's a lot of information about this, okay? I just want you to see it very closely for a moment. Look how beautiful that is. Intensely beautiful. It is really, I'm having trouble talking because there's so much emotion. So if we look at Spirit says just pause and look at this so that the message is very, very clear, okay? The perfecter of energy indicates the end of a cycle. It is about completion, okay? The perfecter of energy meditates upon the cycles of life that are needed to pass through in order to come to this place with alignment and balance and knowing. Do you see that? Peace, calm, enlightenment about this journey you've been on. And so you are being very deeply loved and very deeply recognized. This is what has felt to you. Whatever the situation was, you had to release it. That is the message coming through. You released it. You surrendered. And you contacted and communicated and stood in the place of the divine in order to transmute your own soul. That's what this is about. Having come through this process, bringing your soul journey to a cycle, to the completion of a cycle. That is why it is the perfecter of energy. So this is a very profound event that has happened for you, or that you are in the process of on your human journey now. And I just want to send you my love and compassion, and it sounds a little ridiculous, but congratulations. This is astounding in the short amount of time that has transpired over the last couple of months. Okay? So let's see what Spirit says. Look at that. Look! Taurus. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I'm just going to cry. Okay. Whew! That is the augury. You have come through in a way that is so powerful and so profound that you are already taking the very next step. Look at this. This is the augury of battle. Do you see the blue garment that warrior has? Can you see? And once again, standing in this place of icy cold, it's a scene of winter. Spirit is telling you, we know what it's been like for you this winter, in this season of winter. And now the spring solstice has passed. Just a day ago, I waited actually for all of that energy to settle in order to do these readings. And this is the augury of battle. You have been transformed. You are continuing on a journey, but it is a new battle that is coming to you. And this sacred sword is the sword of victory that you have at your disposal. Do you see the city in the background? Something is at work here. You are in the process of taking up your sacred warriorship in order to be able to join the collective. That is the message that's being confirmed. Spirit is saying, I'm correct. You are now awakened, and there is a rejoicing, and there, it's funny. Sometimes human words just are not adequate. So I'm going to do my best, okay? There are two pieces of emotion. There's obviously all the emotion that goes with this. When anyone who's ever been through a very profound transition knows that there is both sadness and joy. And that is why Spirit is giving you the message in this way. And both sadness and joy often bring tears. And I'm feeling them. This is incredible. This is really blowing my mind, Taurus. You are stepping onto your new journey, having been activated. And do you see the joy, the happiness? Look, the bird of happiness sitting right on the head. Look at that. You know, as if this person is saying, oh my gosh, yay! I did it. I crossed over. I didn't expect to live through this moment. I thought it was the end for me. And here I am. I'm here again. That's the message I'm hearing. So, again, congratulations. That's incredibly beautiful. Look, my gosh, Taurus, you know, there's a reason you're the bull. You are just so fabulous. You are, it's astounding to me. Look at this. This is the dialogue of battle. Okay? Did you see the number 2 there? Look. The augury of battle. You are progressing in a very structured way. And do you see this? Same young man. Interesting. Look, there he is. Okay? Happy, joyful. He's come through. He kind of, he almost looks like, I can't even believe I did it, but I did it. And I'm here. Those are the words I'm hearing. I am here. And immediately, there is a dialogue internally and with the external world. You see the blue garments? Shift and change continuing, but a very different type of shift and change. This is so beautiful. So what is happening? This person is now having a dialogue internally and with the spirit realm, continuing, but having shifted. It's a different kind of dialogue than this. You asked to be released, and not only were you released, but because you're a fabulous Taurus, you're just going straight to the top of the pinnacle. Eagle has very exalted spiritual vision. Eagles fly effortlessly. If you've ever seen an eagle soaring, it's effortless. They fly for miles, looking down upon the earthly realm. Okay? Do you see this? That is where you're at now. That is what, look at that. Okay? So, another thing about this card, and then I'm being pushed to move on. Look at that. Do you see? They're holding, they're intertwined, they are touching. You are touching the divine, and the divine is reaching out to you. You are connected. And not in this moment of being connected, having come through this incredible hero's journey to release yourself and reactivate yourself in order to join the collective, you are continuing to have a dialogue and to learn what needs to be learned from this battle, to continue in concert is the word I'm hearing, in concert now, having awakened, and the divine, the spirits of the divine, in whatever way you understand that, they are welcoming you. They're very happy that you are here, and there is rejoicing. Here in your own self, and above. Look at the color of the blue sky, just that. Beautiful. Okay, let's see what is here at the bridge this month. So if I'm curious to see if this is your human walk, and Spirit is saying, again, it's about acknowledgement and helping you to be very clear in understanding what has happened for you in this life journey. Okay, let's see what is here. Look. Oh, Taurus. Okay, this is the courtship of skill. Do you see? And again, we have the augury of battle. A new place. A new way of doing battle that is not restrained. It's not a battle with yourself about being stuck, okay? Then you're having a dialogue about that. A sacred dialogue about what it is to battle as a human being, to reach our spiritual goals. And then immediately progressing, there's the number 3. And you are in a new courtship now. You are building new skills. You have gained the ability to join the collective. Okay? Do you see that beautiful? I mean, in this depiction, it's lion-heartedness. And that's what you have as a Taurus. You are that strong. These two people, I'm getting a lot of messages, and I'm glad to see this here. This is about the joining of male and female energy, archetypes. Balance. Here, on the human plane of existence. It's not about a romantic relationship. And Spirit wants them to be very clear about that. You are standing now in front of the river of life. And again, if you look back at February and March, you were imprisoned. And now you are standing in this beautiful place with the opportunity, taking the steps of courtship, joining the collective, bringing the male and female halves of yourself together. And do you see the cups at their backs? These two people each have bounty and wisdom and knowledge and abilities. And in order to activate them, they must join together in order to go forward into the river of life. And we see the signification of change. Continued transformation is happening. This is a youthful card, if you will. And also new life. You are being told in all of these many ways. Okay? And you see these people, they look a little uncertain. Like they're joined. They're happy about that. They're not entirely sure. This is a place of new beginning. Okay? They know they have to join together. And Spirit says, Spirit knows that you know that. And that in this time, having come through in this way, the courtship of these skills that you have gained is going to bring you to your new spiritual journey. Because what has happened in the past is over. And if you have been struggling with addiction, whether it be to a relationship or a substance or a situation, you may continue to have some work there. But the major piece of work that you needed to do to cut the ties, those are the words I'm hearing, you cut the ties, that has been done, and you are ready to move forward. So let's see what is here. Spirit is talking to you in a way that is so intensely beautiful. Look at that. That is the courtship of battle. So your entire process has been lifted up. These two people have been battling. And you see this woman in the stream? She is very upset. She's not happy with the outcome of this battle. However, this is a beautiful story. I want you to notice the sword has been put into the ground. And so Spirit is telling you, you are ready to take the next step. And you are being lifted up. Your entire journey now rests in the spirit realm, having been lifted up to firm ground. Do you see the hut in the background and the warming fire, security, love, home, hearth, the color of the sky? Do you see the crimson garment on this gentleman? He has put the sword into the ground, and he is lifting his partner in battle onto firm ground. And the battle is over, okay? Spirit is literally lifting you up. One of the things that is significant is that this warrior's sword is in the ground. And this warrior, also the depiction of male and female energy, which I just personally love because of the deep message that comes through these cards. Do you see what she is doing? She is surrendering. And she is holding on to the ballast of the sword. She is pulling herself up. She is willing to come to firm ground. Through the courtship of this battle, things have come, here's the word I'm hearing, to rights. Things have come to rights. In the story behind this, these two people, there was a male and a female warrior, and they battled. And when the truce happened, when this woman was ready to be washed away in the river of this battle, he put his sword into the ground and pulled her up, saved her. And eventually they courted and they married and they lived happily ever after. You know, it's one of those stories. But the message for you on the spiritual realm is, this is where your battle is now. This is what has happened. In case this wasn't clear enough, do you see this? Look, do you see what I'm saying? This was at the center. And Spirit is telling you in all of these ways, okay? So on the spiritual realm, you are now involved in a courtship. You have been involved in a courtship through this struggle and battle. And you have been pulled up to firm ground. So let's see what's next. Wow. That's amazing. Okay, so this is the combat of skill. This is really incredible. I love how Spirit speaks through these cards. So the combat of skill. Sagittarius and Scorpio were challenged with this over the last couple months. I believe that this reading for you, Taurus, is really about recognition and wanting to give you the message very clearly. There's a word that's trying to pop out. It's appreciation. So that you understand, so that you appreciate, that's what it is. Spirit wants you to appreciate, as if you didn't. I mean, I think you do, right? But as if you didn't, just to make sure that there is spiritual clarity across the veil about what you have been through and the journey you have been on. And I think that's why we're seeing so much about the revelation of this battle has been revealed to you. You have come through. And these are the things on the spiritual realm that you have been experiencing. Okay? So you had this courtship with battle. And this is the combat of skill. I love this card. It's fantastic. Okay, did you see that? So let's look at that. It's a little bit horrific, isn't it? This, and I want you to see, do you see the moon? I want you to go look at the video about the eclipse of the moon. If you haven't done it, I'm begging you, go watch it. It's important. Okay? This woman started showing up at eclipse time, and now she's here in your reading to signify the journey you've been on. She is a sacred hag. Okay? She controls water. In the story behind this card, there was a king who needed water for his subjects. And of course, like fairy tales go, he sent his 3 best warriors out to find water. And each of them individually came across this woman and asked her for, the sacred hag asked her for the water. She agreed to provide as much water as was needed, and there was a cost. And the cost was a kiss. And 2 of the warriors shrunk back and said, forget it, I can't do it. And off they went. Okay? The 3rd young warrior that came across this woman, and again, I'm getting choked up, that's significant in your reading, okay? I'm feeling a lot of emotion. That young person threw his arms around this hag without hesitation and gave her a real kiss with love and thanks. And he was victorious, and in that moment, of course, she transformed. Do you see what Spirit is telling you? I want you to be really clear about it. Don't get afraid when you see images like this in a tarot reading. There's a very deep meaning. Spirit is trying to talk to you, okay? So that young warrior kissed the hag in a loving way, right? In all the ways, think about all the ways, given everything that's going on in this world at this moment, all the upheaval, all the hatred, all the political wrangling, all the screaming and yelling and renting of clothing and experiencing a death, either literally or figuratively, but I think in this reading it's talking about figuratively. So the woman, this hag transformed. This was an illusion, and that is the message that Spirit is giving you about your spiritual journey. You have had this courtship with an illusion, okay? And you had to face your illusions and figure out a way, in a hero's journey type of way, to bust through the illusion. When that warrior kissed the hag with love and acceptance and thanks, she transformed, of course, into the most beautiful woman he had ever seen. They eventually married. They were courting. They became betrothed, okay? And they married, and that young warrior, the male warrior, rose to be the king of the kingdom. How about that for a nice outcome? And we still have 2 more cards to look at. So Spirit asks you again to just use these archetypical stories to think about your own journey. Okay? Look at that. The elopement of knowledge. Okay? So again, Spirit is acknowledging you. You have imbibed a great deal of information and knowledge and awareness. And in that moment, from the sacred cauldron where all wisdom resides, in the moment when you came into this knowledge, it was very intense for you. It caused a lot of movement. It caused a bunch of anxiety. Do you see all the anxiety in these cards here on the spirit level? Spirit is just telling you. We understand. Spirit wants you to know that Spirit is aware of what this was like for you. Okay? So this elopement knowledge is about a goddess who wanted her son, and again, Spirit is saying, listen to the story. She wanted her son, her beloved child, okay, from a spiritual perspective, to have all the knowledge that existed. And there was a process that had to happen. She created a sacred brew, filled the cauldron, and asked the child to sit and mind the brew for a year and a day. Okay? Because change and transformation, often on the human realm, takes time. The brew boiled over, and in that moment, because he wasn't really doing his job, he was a little bit asleep, okay? Not quite awakened, probably feeling resentful, probably feeling stuck to this task that was going to take a year and a day. When the brew boiled over, he reached out, and drops of the sacred brew spilled onto his hand. And it was hot, so he thrust his hand into his mouth, and in that moment, he awakened. And he imbibed all the knowledge that there was. Okay? He knew his mother was going to be mad at him, so he began to run away and shapeshift because he now had the ability. And what happened, this is the beautiful part of this card, Taurus, for you. Spirit is loving you so deeply. So his mother, every time he shapeshifted, his mother shifted into a new form in order to be able to find him. Spirit has been following you for a long time in all the ways that were needed in order to, because there is so much love for you and so much compassion, in order to help you awaken from this intense battle and the illusions that kept you entrapped and ensnared. Okay? By the sacred shaman, deep across the veil while you slumbered, there has been a process going on that has been just especially for you because of your strength. It's very interesting. And this is the journey you had to take to awaken. Okay? So, in the end of the story, of course, there is a happy ending, but it's about the process, and that is the message the Spirit wants you to have. This has been your process, and you are here. So let's take a moment to pause, okay? I want you to see each line as it has developed here. Do you see this? This is not only where you are now, what you have been through, but these are the things that have transpired on the spiritual realm. This is why, here's the message Spirit is wanting me to give you. It is desired, that's the phrase I'm hearing, it is desired that you understand very deeply the rationale behind the process that you have endured, and I am hearing the word endured. Because the strength of your sacred ability, because you are an earth sign, because you are a Taurus, because of the strength you had, it took quite a journey to help you awaken. And to understand the depth of your strength through the courtship of a battle with yourself. Many of you probably know this. Here's what's coming through. In order to become a spiritual warrior, okay, deeply connected across the veil, doing battle from the heart chakra, not with weapons, okay? The first and most difficult battle is always with the self. And do you see how that's reflected here? You have been doing battle with yourself supported by the spirit realm, by God, by the universe, by the goddess, I don't care, by Allah, it doesn't matter whatever word you put on it. It is about how you connect with the divine. And you did it right in the center of your life through this incredible journey that was gifted to you. Okay? So let's see what is the outcome. Look, Taurus, I'm just so overcome with emotion. Do you see that? That is the keeper. Again, it's a major arcana. Okay? This is the keeper of harmony. Look at the wisdom. Do you see that? Do you see this? Look. Here's where you are now. Do you see? Look at that. It's astounding. Very astounding. So you are going to be taking this up and solidifying this place of being this month. Okay? So, the Keeper of Harmony, it's very interesting. There's another card that reflects this. The Keeper of Harmony has done battle with the strategy of life. And the strategy now being used going forward, encircled. Do you remember how you were encircled with the sacred shaman? Look at that. That's why this card is here. To show you with unquestionable clarity, that is the phrase I'm getting, how the nature of your journey has shifted and changed and where it has brought you. You are the keeper of harmony in your own life. At the center of your own life, having come through these battles, the strategy that you are using to address life, that's what I'm hearing, address life, is now profoundly different. And in this moment, you see the new growth happening? There is something very profound that is available to you this month. Taurus, I know this reading is going long, but I'm feeling inspired to pick from the bag of runes. Spirit, please give us some messages for Taurus. Having been through this beautiful, beautiful sacred journey, please tell us any other messages that may help Taurus for this month of April, going forward into 2017. Spirit, please tell us what the messages are for Taurus. If there's any further information that you would like Taurus to have. Okay. So I always read just right from the book. Let me see what page this is on. Do you see that, Taurus? Let me think. I'm going to put that right here. Okay? And you know what? Let me play with the camera a little bit. Let's see if I can get this. Oops. Sorry. Okay. There we go. This is the rune of wholeness. How about that? Spirit is really speaking to you. Hang on. I'm just going to read it right from the book, okay? Okay. This is the spirit of wholeness and life force, reflecting the sun's energy. That which our nature requires brings us to wholeness. Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. Okay, whoops, that's upside down. Okay. This rune embodies the impulse towards self-realization. Do you see, Taurus? And indicates the path you must follow, not from ulterior motives, but from the core of your individuality. Seeking after wholeness is the spiritual warrior's quest. Didn't I just say that? Spirit is really speaking to you today. And yet what you are striving to become in actuality is what by nature you already are. Become conscious of your essence and bring it into form. Express it in a creative way. The Spirit is telling me to move the cards around, so let me just make a space while I'm reading, okay? Do you see this line? I'm going to move these over a little bit. I hope you can still see them. Let me be a little careful with the camera. Here we are. That is the message, okay? at such a time, no, I'm sorry, pardon me. This rune has no reversed position. There is reason for caution. You may see fit to withdraw or even to retreat in the face of a pressing situation, especially if events or people are demanding that you expend your energy. Know that such a retreat is a retreat in strength, a voyage inward, centering, seeking balance. This rune counsels opening yourself up, letting the light into a part of your life that has been secret, shut away. To accomplish this may call for a profound recognition, for admitting to yourself something that you have long denied. There is a prayer that embodies the spirit of the rune of wholeness. You are guided to address the sun, and here's the prayer. You who are the source of all power, whose rays illuminate the world, illuminate also my heart, so that it too can do your work. While reciting this prayer, visualize the sun's rays streaming forth into the world, entering your heart, and then streaming out from your heart center and back into the world. This is a powerful and life-enhancing prayer. There is a caution here not to give yourself airs. Even in a time of bountiful energy, you are required to face and vanquish your refusal to let right action flow through you. And you did it. Clearly. Do you see this? You did it. Nourish this new capacity, for it is a mark of true humility. Practice the art of doing without doing. Aim yourself truly, and then maintain your aim without manipulative effort. Meditate, for by your own power you do nothing. Even in loving, it is love that loves through us. This way of thinking and being integrates new energies and permits us to flow into the wholeness of our own nature, joined with spirit, which is the ultimate goal of the spiritual warrior. Wow. Well, Taurus, thank you for being here. I know this is a very long reading, and actually I just finished the reading for Aries. It was equally long. Thank you very much. It has been a profound honor to be on this journey with you. I'm very eager to hear any stories you want to share about this reading and about your thoughts and your experiences. And I will be very excited to be here with you again, God's willing, Spirit willing, in May. If you would like a private reading, Taurus, my email address, send me an email. It's posted on the video description. Okay? Thank you, Taurus. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.